Ready, steady. Hi. I first wanted to start off this video by saying thank you to every single person that's been reaching out to me. It's been very overwhelming, but super much appreciated, and I literally do not know what else to say than thank you. It really helped me through the past couple of weeks, so I sound very stupid, but I really mean it, and thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing your stories and all that. Thank you. I thought it'd be a good idea to post an update video. It's been a month since I posted my diagnosis video. Today is October 13th of 2020. A lot has happened in that month. I have been in and out of the hospital a lot, which has been very exhausting. As I said in my previous video, I really want to try to stay as normal as possible and do school and all that, but being in the hospital almost every single day and also doing school and trying to follow your classes, trying to find that balance for myself is extremely hard. I have very supportive people at school who really want to help me out with everything, which is great, but it's very challenging and it's harder than I thought it would be. If you get cancer, your world turns upside down, and whenever there is something wrong with you, like a headache or something else, the doctors take it very seriously. So that's a good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's also very scary because, you have to, go to hospitals. It's not a fun thing to do. So I've been in and out of the hospitals, had an MRI scan to check my brain, for example. Nothing wrong with my brain, which is a good thing. I've also been very busy with my hair. I just got a new haircut today. It's a lot shorter. My hair was very long and it's very short now. To me, to you probably isn't, but to me it is. My doctor actually recommended to cut my hair shorter because it's a little nicer when the hairs start, to fall out. It's not as in my way as it will be with long hair. I know it's not that short, but I know that in like a couple weeks my hair will all be gone. So it's just like a very emotional roller coaster to me. Which also means I've been looking at wigs. Oh, it's not fun. I mean, it was okay, like looking at wigs and trying on different wigs. I went with a friend, really good friend, and in that moment, it was actually really funny trying out all these wigs and trying out all these different haircuts and hairstyles. That was actually really funny, but, thinking about the fact that my hair will be gone in a while is just really weird. I'm sorry I'm touching my hair too much, but that just gives me anxiety. In some cases of chemo, your hair does not have to fall out, but in my case, of course, it's inevitable that my hair is going to fall out because I have to undergo a very aggressive type of chemo, unfortunately. So it's bye hair soon. I did a photo shoot with a friend of mine. She's a photographer, and she shot some pictures of my hair. Shout out to her. So that's nice to look back on, but it's a really scary feeling that right now you can't tell that I'm sick, right? You can't tell that I'm sick, that there's something going on this side of my body. You can't tell. But whenever your hair is gonna fall out, that's when people start to see that you're sick. That's scary. I don't like that part. I started chemo last week on October 6th of 2020. Which is kind of late considering I posted my diagnosis video like a month ago. But another side effect of chemo can be that your chances of fertility will go down. So they wanted me to have the chance to freeze my eggs. And you have to do that before you start chemo, which is why it took me so long to start chemo. Because I decided to freeze my eggs. I do not know what the future is going to bring for me. I do not know if I have a future, if I want to have kids, or anything like that. But it'd be a shame if I didn't, take this opportunity to freeze my eggs. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been injecting myself with hormones. Well, first my friends did it for me, and then there was this point in time where I got really angry at my situation and I just wanted to do it myself because it just felt like it. And then I started injecting myself with hormones, but I had to inject myself with hormones every single night. I had regular appointments at the hospital to check if my eggs were growing, because they have to grow to a certain point before they can be taken out of my body. And that process took a little longer than expected. My eggs weren't growing as fast as they were hoping. So it was regular hospital visits to get that echo, going in to check my eggs, which was very fun, very productive. It took way longer than expected, and I got really nervous because I was like, is it a good thing that I'm postponing chemo? Should I just be starting that? Should I just give up on the eggs? Eventually, I did not give up, and I did it, and I had my punction, and they took out 11 eggs, and they froze 11 eggs, because first they take out the eggs and they check in the lab which ones they can freeze, and they actually were able to freeze all 11 eggs. So I have 11 little Romees in the freezer. That's the first time I said that out loud, and that's really creepy. One egg gives you a 5% chance on a baby. And now I have 11 eggs, and they thought they were going to freeze 3 eggs. So all the pain, all the mental exhaustion eventually was good for something, and I got to freeze 11 eggs. So I have a plan B in the future if I'll ever need it. My punction, so the day they took them out, and it was under sedation, so I was asleep during this. I didn't want to be awake. I had the possibility to do it awake, but I didn't want to be awake while they were taking out my eggs, so I chose to go under. The punction was on October 5th, and because my cancer is so aggressive and they wanted me to start chemo as soon as possible, they planned the chemo the day after my punction. So on October 5th I had the punction, and on October 6th I had my first chemo. And that was a lot of fun. Chemo was actually not as scary as I thought, like in the moment. You get like this drip, so they drip the chemo into your veins. There's like 5 bags of chemo that goes into your body. I was at the hospital for like 4 hours. So you just go there for like a day, for like 4 hours. They give you the chemo, and then you are allowed to go home. During chemo, during getting the medicine, I didn't really feel much. I got really, really tired right after. I have to do chemo every 2 weeks, so I had my first October 6th. The next is planned on October 20th, and so on, for 2 months, and then I'll get my PET scan. And then they'll see if my body has any reaction to the chemo or not. If my body does respond to the chemo, I'll probably be getting radiation, and they think I will be needing 15 radiation appointments. If my body does not respond to the chemo, I'll be getting more chemo, very aggressive, not fun, not excited, not looking forward to that kind of chemo. So my first chemo went well. Didn't feel nauseous, didn't feel sick. I was tired, but not too bad. The only thing that I got, which was new for doctors, I don't know why this is happening to me, but I got, my jaw started hurting a lot, and I'm having neuro pains in my body. So those are the side effects that I am dealing with, but I'm not feeling sick or nauseous, which is great because I don't like puking. So I feel like it's only gonna get worse from now on. Like it's only gonna get tougher, but so far so good. And I'm just hanging in there. I have my good days, I have my bad days. Sometimes I have more bad days than good days. Like right now, I might look fine, but I'm hurting a lot. I'm in actual pain at the moment. But I'm not showing it. I don't want to show it. I don't really want to put emphasis on the fact that I'm sick. But yes, those were actually the updates that I have for you To narrow it down, I started chemo, I froze 11 eggs, my cancer is way more aggressive than I initially thought, I am suffering from side effects, I will be losing my hair, which I am not excited for. I've been talking for way too long. If you have any concerns, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Again, I promise I will respond, but I'm not promising I'm responding right away because there are days I'm not even looking at my phone because I don't feel well. Mentally, physically, blah, 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 blah. Again, thank you so much for watching, for listening, and for supporting. It really means a lot, and I really meant what I said in my last video. Go do things that make you happy. Please do, because life is short. Life is super short. Don't be stuck in things that are not working for you. Okay. I got through it without crying. I feel great. I'll see you guys, hopefully, at a next video. Okay. Bye-bye.